Hi everyone, it's Erin here.
And Jackson.
And we are on week 7 of our travel sabbatical adventure across the U.S. We're coming to you from Orlando, Florida, and we're here in the Road Trek van that Jackson's parents so graciously lent us. So this week ran from December 31st to January 6th, and we actually only drove 369 kilometers the whole week. So it was a pretty local week for us. We were house sitting this week, and so we were just in Orlando. So we wanted to share some of our highlights for the week. So you can start off.
Okay, so we went to something called Airheads, where it's basically the size of 2 or 3 gymnasiums, and everything is made of trampolines, so you can just jump like crazy. The walls have trampolines. There are some basketball nets. It was a lot of kids until the end, and which was kind of hard because I would just be like jumping so hard, then this like 10-year-old or 5-year-old would kind of waddle over and want to talk to something, and I was like flying in the air. But it was extremely hard. You can't do it for more than like 2 minutes if you're really trying to jump. It's very hard to do.
We were sweaty.
Yeah, it was an intense workout.
It was fun though. They have them back in Canada too. We never got a chance to go when we were there though, so we went here. So I've been continuing on with my guitar lessons with my instructor Ben, and this week I learned Peaceful Easy Feeling by the Eagles, and I've started songwriting, so I wrote my first song this week. It's called Tied Together, and hopefully I'll put it on YouTube or something in the upcoming weeks, but it was pretty exciting to have the first song written.
Okay. Oh yeah, we went to the UU church on Sunday. It was interesting. They were talking about how 100 years ago, the UU church is a kind of progressive church. They were trying to get, or 2 women wanted to lead the church and become pastors.
I guess so. I don't know what it's called.
Reverends or whatever they're called. 100 years ago, and they were talking about how it's a big deal and how they were successful and became, obviously these 2 women became leaders in the church. And then they were talking about this weekend coming up, how they're going to have their first gay marriages here in Florida, and how 100 years, how dramatic things have changed. And then they said, what do they think is going to happen in 100 years from now? What are the issues that are going to be contentious, and what are the things that are going to be looked at as just ludicrous, but from our eyes, that then would be considered, tolerance.
And the cool thing about that church is that it's on sort of its own little campus where they do, really cool education stuff and outdoorsy stuff. And they run a bizarre flea market every weekend as well, which is kind of cool, going to church and then having a flea market on site just after. I know my dad would appreciate that. This week we also did nice things for ourselves. So Jackson went to acupuncture, and we both did a massage as well. Went to a massage.
Yeah, it was cool. I'm starting a new thing called Tai Chang. It's Tai Chi, but it's packaged under by Beachbody. Beachbody is the same people that do P90X, for instance, amongst many other programs. So it's Tai Chi. It's called Tai Chang, and with the guy that runs it's named Dr. Chang, so that's why they call it that. It's pretty good. I'm on week 1 now. It's slow going, but it's pretty intense. I haven't done Tai Chi in 10 years or so, and I love it. It's really cool, really slow, controlled motions. It's really neat. And also yoga. Yeah, at one of our Anytime Fitnesses, we took a yoga class. It was pretty cool. And at these Anytime Fitnesses, all the classes like yoga and Zumba or whatever are all included. So if you're there and they have a class going on, you can just jump in, or you can show up on time if you know when it's happening.
So this week we are back in our van. We've finished, just at the end of this week 7, we finished doing the house sitting for our new friends. And so we're back in the van. We've got it all set up. We're pretty sorted again. This is our last week coming up. Week 8 is our last week in Orlando, and then we'll be heading south to Miami. You may notice that I'm wearing a scarf and a sweater right now. It is a little bit chilly in Orlando, so we're not bragging about the heat this week, just to be clear. But we're still pleased with sunshine and vitamin D and all those good things. So stay tuned. You'll hear next week about our final week in Orlando, and we hope that you're all doing well.
Cool.